Comics Plus, what is going on? Aka-san, it's time for Marvel's Avengers War Table. Are you ready for this? It's basically talking about Spider-Man, the exclusive Spider-Man stuff. Let's see if it's worth paying. If it was worth the pre-order. Here we go. Avengers! Oh, it's purple. Spidey! Crystal Dynamics. Should I turn on the reactor lights? Why not?
I am everywhere.
What?
What in my name was that?
That was Claw.
He's alive.
What?
Wakanda will fall the way it rose. With vibranium.
Ooh.
Can I come in now?
Hey guys, we have a visitor. Spider-Man's
God,
been
that's
fighting
terrible.
baddies in New York for like ever.
AIM's working on something big. Like chemical weapons big.
There is nowhere my power does not reach.
Avengers, assemble.
Negan, didn't we play this game together at one point?
A new threat emerges in Wakanda that will test the strongest teams. So it's time to reassemble your friends and bring your A game.
I don't have friends. Not for this.
Welcome to a special Marvel's Avengers War Table deep dive focusing on what's coming in our patch 2.2. Starting tomorrow, players on all platforms
Really?
can venture into our first raid, Discordant Sound. Take on Claw in a brand new endgame Avengers Initiative adventure that will require coordination from your high-level strike team now more than ever.
All right.
Also included in 2.2 are improvements across the game to systems like gear, cosmetics, and missions.
What?
PlayStation 4 and 5 players can also play Spider-Man fighting alongside the Avengers with
Hey, that looks
Let's get
pretty
started
cool.
with a first look at Discordant Sound.
Okay.
There, I'm Phil Therian, gameplay director for Marvel's Avengers. The new raid Discordant Sound is endgame content designed to challenge the highest level strike teams and is unlike anything you've encountered before in a game. With that said, there are some mild spoilers for the War for Wakanda expansion ahead, so you have been warned. As you and your friends descend into the Great Mound, you'll face elite enemies and puzzles that will require serious coordination to progress. Our story picks up directly after the events of War for Wakanda. The newly appointed Queen Regent Shuri informs Black Panther and the Avengers of a grave new threat. Corrupted vibranium has infested the Great
Oh,
Mound
wow.
and is beginning to spread through the Wakandan jungle,
Wow.
revealing that the sonic monster Claw has returned. Our heroes decide to enter the Great Mound only to find it swarming with Claw's forces and a large sonic barrier preventing
A little
anyone from
different. A
getting
little
inside.
different. A little different than just robots. Now it's
Hanging in the balance,
vibranium robots.
Wakanda's greatest warriors must join forces with Earth's mightiest heroes to stop the mammoth claw from destroying Wakanda. Strike teams.
One thing I do want to point out, is something that I've always critiqued, like video game people talk, like say what you will about about this game, but at least they got somebody to sound excited. When you see those E3 presentations, whenever you hear developers talking about it, they look like they couldn't give two shits about the game. Like they did, because it's just naturally they're not meant. Like they naturally don't have that enthusiasm. They put their enthusiasm into their actual game. But, at least this guy talking, he sounds like, he's doing his best to hype the game up and, massive. Like he's doing his best. So I do appreciate that point because it sounds interesting. That really goes a long way, honestly, to get people hyped about a game is you got to sound excited too. So this guy really, I appreciate that.
Must join forces with Earth's mightiest
Heroes.
to stop the mammoth claw from destroying Wakanda. Strike teams who brave the Great Mountain's dangers will encounter all new threats never seen before in Marvel's Avengers. Teams will have to explore and solve cooperative puzzle rooms.
I thought that
while
was
defeating some
Saitama
of the most
from
difficult
One Punch
encounters
Man.
in An experience that will challenge both your mind and combat skills. You'll have to delve into the mount yourself to find all its secrets, but here's just a taste of what you can expect when we open the doors to the raid tomorrow.
Okay. Team challenges. Man, this design is hideous though. Like, I'm talking about the screen design itself. It's just like, it's too much going on.
In addition to bringing players our first ever raid, we're also making some major updates to the game systems.
Okay.
For the first time, Marvel's Avengers is raising the maximum power level that your heroes can achieve. Until now, heroes have maxed out at a power level of 150, but the changes coming in 2.2 will allow heroes to reach a new maximum of 175.
Oh.
There are a few ways to reach the new power level,
Hey.
but it won't be easy.
White Panther.
You'll need dedication and persistence. Rewards from the Omega level threat family reunion and Discordant Sound weekly objectives can now be 10 levels higher, up to power level 150. As always, a fully boosted major artifact can grant you 10 extra levels. Once you've hit power level 160, you'll unlock the elite version of Discordant Sound, which rewards gear up to the new power level hard cap. Lastly, we're excited to say you no longer have to pick a single hero to gear up at a time, as the weekly objectives, the Omega level threat and raid, are now completable once per week with each hero. To help you max your characters as efficiently as possible.
Honestly, it's funny because, you know, in another world, just if I think if this game was not so buggy in the beginning, and if it was really everything, if it just had a better launch, I could definitely have seen this working out better. Because now looking at it like this, I'm like, okay, it's you know, it may not be my type of game or whatever, but at least there's a lot that's going on for it. But it's just, I think all the goodwill, it's too little too late at this point.
New weekly objectives for the Omega level threat family reunion and Discordant
Yeah,
Sound will
kind of like
reward
Battlefront
players
2,
that will
right?
be guaranteed to be a higher power level until you hit the cap for those objectives. In addition to raising the power level cap, updates to the gear system are also on the way. Until now, gear has only been upgradable by 10 power levels. Starting tomorrow, our new system will allow you to upgrade any piece of gear that starts at power level 100 and epic rarity or higher an unlimited number of times until it reaches the power level cap. If you've been holding on to an underpowered piece of gear with the perfect rolls for your build, now you can ensure it stays usable as you make.
Like, I'm not a big fan of this gear, the gear stuff. That's the part that kind of throws me off a little bit, and then paying for like aesthetic stuff. But I also understand what they're kind of aiming for. Yeah.
Make your way to the new max power level. We're also simplifying the way that you use resources to upgrade gear. Starting with 2.2, the only resources you'll need to upgrade a piece of gear are fragments, upgrade modules, and an unwanted higher level piece of gear. The cost to upgrade a piece of gear will increase the higher the target power level. Finally, we're introducing an exciting new way to collect and earn some of our coolest cosmetics with our brand new Shipments System. Shipments will contain a randomized collection of cosmetics and resources that update on a rotating basis, with any duplicates of cosmetics you've already unlocked converted into fragments. You'll be able to buy shipments with earnable units or earn a free one every day through multiplayer play. There's no guesswork though. You'll be able to see everything in a shipment before you spend your hard-earned units on it. Best yet, opening enough shipments in a cycle will guarantee a top-tier reward. Check out our patch notes on the blog at playavengers.com for full details on these and other exciting changes. PlayStation players,
There we go.
Assemble your team of Avengers. Spider-Man is joining your roster. Our team has been hard at work crafting an all-new hero event for Marvel's Avengers exclusively for PlayStation.
Can I come in now?
The high-flying wall crawler brings a
By the way,
new experience.
I've been wondering if that's a subtle nod to the Obama thing, the Obama Spider-Man cover, whatever.
For PlayStation.
Can I come in now?
This part, can I come
The
in? Now?
high-flying wall crawler brings a completely new experience to the Avengers with an acrobatic combat style and a suite of new powers, making him a great way to see the entire Avengers initiative through a new mask. In the Spider-Man with Great Power Hero event, Peter Parker learns of a deadly plot and must partner with the Avengers to stop AIM from acquiring technology that could make their synthoid army unstoppable. Insistent on keeping his identity hidden, Spider-Man forms a tentative friendship with Miss Marvel and Black Widow while learning the new dynamic of working in a team. With a threat so grave that no superhero could face it alone, Spider-Man must team up with the Avengers to face his new challenge head-on. Our Peter Parker is in his early 20s. He's responsible to a fault, lighthearted but distant, and bears the burden of his double life as Spider-Man. A gifted chemical engineer, Peter is recruited for an internship with AIM alongside his smart and savvy classmate Liz Allen. However, Peter soon begins to suspect AIM of mistreating Inhumans.
Liz Allen was the chick from Homecoming, right? Right? Yeah, that's kind of cool. You know, it honestly it looks much better than that IGN review, which is crazy. Because the IGN stuff. Hold on. To be fair, the stuff that they sent from that IGN weren't playing that game. That was sent from the developers, and it looked like ass, dude. But to be fair, they're just showing us quick clips of the gameplay opposed to like extended ones. But yeah,
leading him to seek out the Avengers' help as Spider-Man. When his quest to expose AIM uncovers the involvement of Allen Chemical, Liz becomes Spider-Man's eyes and ears and finds her loyalty to her family tested. Jumping right into the With Great Power Hero event is simple, whether you've been playing since launch or you've just picked up the game. Click the option.
Okay, so there is kind of a Spider-Man game story.
You don't need to play through the original Reassemble campaign or any previous operations to unlock Spider-Man as a playable
That's
hero.
kind of cool.
You'll be able to take on new Spidey-specific challenges and earn Spider-Man themed rewards to help you and your team in the fight.
That's kind of cool.
Spider-Man offers unique gameplay options that make him stand out from our other heroes, which you'll experience firsthand from the moment you pick up the controller and begin traversing biomes with his signature web slinging, wall running, and wall crawling. Core to Spider-Man's gameplay are his webs. Not only can he use them to swing and zip anywhere, but he uses them in combat to quickly reach enemies, maneuver enemies to his advantage, and web up enemies. Spider-Man brings a unique
it's better. It's a little stiff, but like all right.
Once the meter is full, enemies become webbed, immobilizing them and making them more vulnerable to attacks from all the Avengers. All of Spider-Man's ranged attacks and heroics build up web status, and his mastery
they got one of the pro gamers to
customize
play
the
this
effects of the
time.
web status debuff. Combined with his ability to
Yeah, this looks
damage
better.
regularly,
Much better.
Spider-Man becomes an excellent support option for your team of heroes. The Spider Skirmish light combo is designed to build up stun damage and juggle enemies in the air. Pair it with his signature attack Take to the Sky to launch enemies up and continue the air combo. While on the wall, Predator Instincts gives you the ability to perform a powerful leaping punch that deals bonus impact damage.
Wow, kind of cool, man.
Evade an enemy attack while the Spider Sense warning is visible to activate defensive armor. Evade at the last second to perform a perfect evade, which leaves the enemy vulnerable to follow-up attacks. While dodging, use Think Fast to perform a low spinning kick that can trip enemies, making them easier to combo. Or Double Fire to quickly build up web status on the enemy. Quick Reflexes and Web Counter are stronger versions of these attacks and can be performed after a perfect evade. The Wreckage skill is Spidey's intrinsic meter that charges up by dealing out melee damage and avoiding enemy attacks that drain it. Once the meter is full, Spider-Man can perform...
Yo, they should have never sent that footage to IGN then, because this looks much better. They legit got clowned hard. Yo, the whole internet was clowning them last week. But this I can't roast this. This is pretty good.
Upgrades improve damage output or provide defensive bonuses like willpower regeneration and defensive armor.
that just, I mean, I guess there's nothing they can there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do about that part right there. That walk, Grand Theft Auto mod style walk. Pew, 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 pew. Oh shit, man.
Defensive armor. The wrecking ball creates a massive ball of webs that slams into the ground.
That's pretty
snatching
cool,
enemies under
honestly.
it and knocking
I
down
like
their
that.
rifles.
I like that.
Once upgraded, intrinsic energy auto-generates, allowing Spidey to use his wreckage skills more often. Triggering the ultimate heroic also provides a heroic buff that reduces damage.
Ah, look, he got some spider gloves on.
Spider-Man is a hero with the same amount of depth as our on-disc
The
Avengers.
web gloves.
You'll be able to
Web
get
gloves.
40 new outfits, including these.
Ugh. Meh.
Spider-Man's unique personality is captured in over 20 emotes.
Yeah,
you can
this is
unlock.
where it starts to
Many of
get
these
costly.
are gameplay, but players can also purchase cosmetics of their favorite heroes.
Man.
Our first year has brought great changes to our story and the Avengers initiative. Our journey began with Kamala's single-player story and advanced with both Kate and Clint operations.
I gotta
and
play that.
Our War for Wakanda expansion. Our roster continues to grow, creating exciting and better experiences for teams of players to live out their heroic dreams. Now it's time for you and your crew to test your mettle against Claw, and for PlayStation players to take your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for a spin. As always, thank you for telling us what you
Nice.
think. Make sure to visit playavengers.com for our weekly blog, where you can find everything from patch notes to tips and fun content that you created. Until then, we'll see you online and in the game.
Okay. Well, alright. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Avengers Assemble! Alright, guys. Well, there you have it. That's that. Run out now and buy your copy today if you haven't already, or borrow your friend's copy, because yeah. Anyways, like I said, guys, like it. Honestly, if it just didn't have such a busted launch in the beginning, and it would just wasn't, if it just like, oh my god. I think they really would have been able to handle it, but I think the biggest problem was, honestly, it wasn't Crystal Dynamics. It was just Square trying to make a type of game that people didn't want. But if they had stuck to just a story sort of thing, like Guardians of the Galaxy, basically, I think Guardians of the Galaxy, from what I've been seeing, has proven that, Crystal Dynamics can make a game. They can make a game, but when you're trying to make a company or like a franchise of where, with micro transactions and all that other stuff, that's the big problem there. So, and I still think that's a big problem of this particular game. That's one of the things that makes me not want to play, is the fact that, okay, yes, you can play something is there to play, but if you really want more, and if you really want to level up, you need to drop more and more money on it. And I would say the same thing about Genshin Impact as well. Is I really enjoyed playing Genshin Impact, but there's a certain point where you hit this wall and you're like, damn, I gotta actually start like paying money. And like I don't have I guess the argument is Avengers versus Genshin Impact is, at least with Avengers, if I really want it, I need to pay. Like, I know exactly what I'm buying, I guess. With Genshin Impact, it's like, even if there's something I specifically want, or there's somebody that I want, there's no guarantee that I'm going to get that person. So that's what kind of turned me off with Genshin Impact. But I guess it's an interesting argument. It really is. I mean, because you could say the same thing about Fortnite. Is, if you really want Batman walking around with a gun or the Naruto stuff, you need to pay for it, and that's where, they get you. But I don't know. It's an interesting thing. All right. Hit us up. Let us know. Red Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let us know what you guys think about this. I personally, I don't know if I would ever stream it, but I think even maybe as early as today, within the next 30 minutes or so, I might just play the I'll start from the beginning and play the Kate Bishop DLC, because I have them all. I literally have them all. I just never really felt the need to do it. I just really didn't feel like playing it. Then there's the Hawkeye one, and then there's the Black Panther one, and then we get to the Spider-Man one. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll try it out just privately without the pressures of seeing if it's good or not. You know what I mean? All right, guys. We'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.